What is going to be India Bloc's strategy for the next 5 years?
We will be raising the people's issues. We will not be doing politics to divide India. For them, their bread and butter lies in dividing India on religious grounds. For them, that is the politics for them. So we will stop that at any cost. 400 par is needed to change the constitution. Therefore, only that became a political campaign. That when Mr. Rahul Gandhi took up the constitution copy, then it connected with the people well that we stand to protect the constitution.
Why do you think it's important for journalists to have complete access to parliamentary proceedings?
There are journalists who have covered parliament for 10 years. They are not having access to parliament now because they have a different idea. They are not supporting the divisive idea of BJP. The RSS wants 20% of the population to be the villains of the whole story. For them, their story is simple, that they work for one religion and one language, one dress code. That is their oneness, what they preach. India is not that idea. For them, Vikas means Adani's Vikas. For them, Vikas means Ambani's Vikas. For them, it is Vikas doesn't mean the youth of India, doesn't mean that the farmers of India, not the women of India. All India level, what Congress party is asking is that the way NEET has been conducted, the examination paper leaks and others, is damaging the youth of India. This is a very serious thing, and 7 years, 17 times the paper leakages in national competitive exams has happened.
Huge tragedy death count in Tamil Nadu has risen to 65. BJP has accused Congress of being silent on the issue. How would you react to that?
Congress is not silent. Congress party is the first party which reacted and told that there should be a strong action against the police and the administration. We need to understand that it's a BJP's mainstream media and what we call it as Godi media will try to divert that issue to a completely different issue. Because the media is completely one-sided and they want these kind of issues to be discussed by Congress.
Hello and welcome to Newslaundry interviews. Today we have with us Mr. Manickam Tagore, a 3-time MP representing Congress from Virudhunagar in Tamil Nadu. Mr. Tagore has been one of the most articulate voices in the opposition, and in the short parliament session we've had in June has already raised the issue of the NEET controversy, restrictions of journalists to parliament, and the new criminal laws. Hello Mr. Tagore, welcome to Newslaundry. How are you doing?
Fine, I'm fine.
The parliament session for the motion of thanks has just concluded, and it has been a very lively session this time around. This is your third time in the House, but the composition of the House is very different this time. How has that changed the dynamics of the parliament?
Thank you. The main thing is that the BJP, which was the largest party in the 17th Lok Sabha with 303, has got reduced to 240 now, and they lost their majority, but with the help of their alliance partners like TDP, Nitish Babu and Shivsena Shinde, were able to come to a number of which is more than 272.
Right.
And the India Alliance, which was formed 2 years before, has come to a level of 240. For this, BJP's number is equal to the India Alliance number. Therefore, we are more as a cohesive unit, we are able to be there, and we are more confident that this time the government for the past 10 years has bulldozed many things without any discussion, any kind of these things. Because Mr. Modi and Amit Shah has been running the assembly in Gujarat this same way, they have been running the parliament also. This is going to be a very interesting parliament on 18th Lok Sabha, and this composition shows that 45% of the electorate had sent MPs who represent the House to 40 now, and opposition leader is Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Therefore, he is the voice of those opposition 240 MPs, and there are leaders like Akhilesh Yadav ji, who has been the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, And we have T.R. Balaji, we have Sudhir Dappadeji. The stalwarts are there in the opposition benches. Therefore, it's going to be a very interesting session in 2000 session, as well as the House also for 2018th Lok Sabha is going to be very interesting.
And in tangible terms, can you give us an example of how this makes it more easier for the opposition to oppose the government on things? Like in the functioning of the House, can you explain how that will change this time?
We know that their alliance have numbers, but till the alliance, Mr. Modi and Amit Shah has been running a clear-cut majority government.
Right.
From the beginning, from 2002 till 2024. Wherever they had been, maybe Gujarat, it may be Delhi, they had been running these kind of governments, and therefore their behavior, their working style is only not with consultation. It is a clear-cut authoritarian model it is. Now they have to reach out to the alliance partners first, and they have to convince the alliance partners and bargain with them. That's the main issue. And in the meantime, the opposition parties are in full strength, and we are having a very good coordinated effort. Usually, this would have not been that much there if the leadership in the opposition benches would have been different people. But opposition benches has the real leadership there in the ground. Therefore, there is a sea change in the behavior of the opposition leaders also. And we all worked together in the past 4-5 days. We were able to show that how the opposition benches works, and as a team, India is able to work together. India Alliance has been a strong team together, and we are, whenever there is kind of small confusion starts also, we're able to figure it out quickly and fix it quickly also. But there is a lot of hope there, and we speak about the people's issues. They speak about Adani and Ambani's world.
And what is going to be India Bloc's strategy for the next 5 years?
India Alliance is formed with some kind of principles. It stands for the common man. It stands for the minorities, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. It stands for the constitution. It stands for the farmers. It stands for the women's rights. This is the India Bloc's ideas. We stands against the hate politics itself. So this politics is towards uniting India as a group itself, and the people of India also. There is no divisive agenda anywhere in this process. Our agenda is going to be on a progressive note. We are going to be doing it. Left parties are there, Aam Aadmi Party is there, Samajwadis are there, Janata Parivar is there, DMK like friends are there, Shiv Sena is there. So this is completely a different mix of people who had agreed on common principles. And we had formed that for the parliament election, that we were able to show a big change in the parliament elections. Therefore, the people has had lot of trust on this group itself. And we had, the leadership is also more proactive. Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji has been proactive after taking over the leadership of the opposition. Has been proactive, and therefore we will be raising the people's issues. We will not be doing politics to divide India. For them, their bread and butter lies in dividing India on religious grounds. For them, that is the politics for them. So we will stop that at any cost.
Opposing hate and speaking for the constitution has been a very important role that the Congress has used in this elections. It almost became BJP versus constitution. Do you think that helped, that message went to people that it is not BJP against India, but BJP against the constitution?
Yeah, that BJP only started it. BJP, because if you remember, in January, February sessions, Mr. Modi asked for Apki Bar 400 par. That 400 par, why 400 par was the explanations BJP friends only gave. The Deputy Chief Minister of Rajasthan gave, Jyoti Mirda like candidates gave, there were other ministers from Madhya Pradesh gave that 400 par is needed to change the constitution. Therefore, only that became a political campaign. That when Mr. Rahul Gandhi took up the constitution copy, then it connected with the people well, that we stands to protect the constitution. Therefore, it became a movement for protecting the constitution. For it was, and it has gone to the ground level that Mr. Gandhi led that campaign. Every public meeting in the election time, when you see it, Mr. Gandhi was having the constitution, and we in the India Alliance, we all carried the constitution when we took oath also. For it now it has united us for Jai Samvidhan has become the word when they shout some other Jais before the parliament. For the chanting of slogans by them to divide on religious basis is countered by Jai Samvidhan.
And you wrote a letter, Mr. Tagore, last week to the Speaker about urging him to ease the restrictions that are on journalists for their access to Parliament, which have been there since 2020. Why did you write that letter? Why do you think it's important for journalists to have complete access to parliamentary proceedings?
We need to understand that earlier, before 2014, the access the media was having it in Parliament. Maybe BJP, it may be Congress, it may be Janata Dal, whatever time it is. It has been free access was there. There were some kind of rules were there, but the journalists were covered for 10 years and others. There are many institutions, senior journalists had access to the opposition leadership as well as the power structure also. But now, after 2014 itself, their restrictions started, and when COVID came and the new parliament was built, they completely blocked those free access to the journalists. There are journalists who had covered parliament for 10 years. They are not having access to parliament now because they have a different idea. They are not supporting the divisive opposition, divisive idea of BJP. So there are correspondents, there are reporters who had covered parliament, young reporters who had covered with different stories, and others are not having access to parliament. So what I am saying is that remove first COVID restrictions. Allow journalists to come in. Those journalists who had, without the COVID, pre-COVID scenario, you allow them. Because we can't expect them to have a free access. They won't give free access. Because this authoritarian model of BJP, and particularly Mr. Amit Shah and model, is that they won't allow everybody to question them. They will get angry when you ask questions. So they will not change that thing. They will not allow that kind of changes. But what I am asking is that let us remove the COVID restriction story. COVID is over. Now nobody is wearing a mask. Then why COVID restrictions? Yeah. Therefore, it's a very clear thing that the COVID restrictions has to be removed, and I'll keep on raising my voice, and I'll ask. There are a lot of friends that supported my voice, and we will unite in the parliament session also if they are not in the next budget session when we meet again. If they are not doing the changes, we will again raise it, and I'll get more support for that. COVID restrictions to be removed for the journalists. I'll continue to raise it.
There is no central hall in this new parliament building, and central hall, I believe, was very important not just for journalists to get access to MPs, but also for MPs to interact with each other in a more less formal way. So is this something that has been also a cause of concern, the erasure of the central hall? Does this affect people?
Central hall is a symbol where people from different parties,
right,
different ideologies, different friends meets who are in political field, and there are senior most journalists who comes into picture. Mr. Modi and Amit Shah are not practiced with that exchange of ideologies. For them, it is only one way. Therefore, in Gujarat also, the way they built that assembly was that they only have the control over the assembly. So they had built this assembly parliament also the same way. They had demolished the central hall, and now there is canteen. 2 canteens are there for the parliamentarians. Media is having a separate canteen. Staff has different canteen. Security has different canteens. So they want to. For them it is a restriction of the ideas. They want not other people to meet, more people to meet also. That's the way they wanted to, because when you meet, there will be some kind of exchange of ideas will happen. Therefore, they want to restrict the idea of exchange itself, exchange of idea itself. They are against it, because RSS believes this kind of thing. RSS doesn't allow fresh ideas to come. It's a restricted idea RSS preaches. These our Prime Minister and the Home Minister are trained in that fashion. Therefore, they will continue to do like this only. The central law idea is a very, very liberal idea. It gives that idea that you meet left, right, liberal, green, all kind of ideas, that regional. The idea is a different kind of an idea where you can meet and chat also. In house you can discuss, you can't chat and discuss ideas because your benches are clearly marked. You could, opposition benches won't go to the treasury benches because that doesn't look nice. Therefore, the parliament idea of parliament and idea of central law is a liberal idea which gives free access, free conversation, free exchange of ideas, and progressive ideas also, which RSS and BJP and particularly Mr. Modi and Amit Shah have always been against.
Do you think this will contribute to more polarization of not just parties but also ideologies, since that free exchange will not be there now?
Yeah, the RSS wants 20% of the population to be the villains of the whole story. For them, their story is simple, that they work for one religion and one language, one one food, one dress code. That is their oneness, what they preach. India is not that idea. And India has plenty of languages, plenty of food, plenty of dress, plenty of language, plenty of religious beliefs, plenty of cultures. Therefore, we are united because we are different. That's the celebration we have it. When a Manipur friend has pain, this house has to hear it. The Manipur pain has to be expressed in this house. When a Bodo friend has a pain, he has to express it. When a Kashmir friend has a pain, he has to express it. When a Kerala friend has a pain, he should express it. When Lakshadweep friend has a pain, he should express it. When a Dadar Nagar friend has a voice, he should express it. This is parliament. That is the idea of India. But for them, it is one color, one religion, one food, one dress. Their oneness means one, uniformity. Because their model is the Nikkar idea. For them, uniform is Nikkar idea. For them, the uniformity means they want to compulsorily make everybody at one idea, believe in one idea. There is no conversation they want. This is an idea RSS for 100 years has been spreading. The hate and the venom which they had spread has taken Mahatma Gandhi's life itself. Therefore, we have been fighting that idea, and now this idea is in rule, but now it is getting defeated because of the getting together of all the forces who believes that India needs to be protected.
And I want to come back to the topic of media. You have been in active politics for almost 3 decades now. You've seen the media in different phases. How do you think the role of the media has changed? Do you believe it has become more polarized in recent years?
When I entered politics in the student days, liberalization taken place, and the control over the media and the businesses just began. Then came the time that the business people were controlling the media houses and others. Then came this governments where the ideology started to dominate the media itself. Now, if you are not able to speak about Hindu-Muslim debate in a channel in a week, 5 days if they are not speaking, that media is not taken seriously by these people. Therefore, for them, the agenda and the masala has to be on Hindu-Muslim. Mutton Murga, Mujra, all this kind of things. From the Prime Minister Modi himself is speaking about this kind of things. Therefore, the idea is about spreading this venom. And now came the social media platforms, which has liberated the information role. And thanks to the social media platforms which has come up and which has had observed credible people have started many outlets which has been forced by this regime, which has forced people who fought for truth, who fought authoritative rules, who fought against the rulers, who fought against those administrators who had some kind of strong views. But these platforms has given freedom to the news outlets, and in the meantime, the traditional media is losing its importance and its the trustworthiness has reduced. Trust factor about the traditional mainstream media has fallen in 2024 than in 2010. 2010 in national media, they were discussing against government, corruption, issues, politics, alliance, all these kind of things. Now there is no debate on that thing. If you go to the social media platforms, these are all being discussed. For the real media has been replaced by the social media, and the parallel media has taken over the space in India. Nobody watches the traditional Tata Sky based world. Now they are into YouTube and other channels, is more informed, and the people. This is good for India, but now this authoritarian rule will try to curb that also now. They will use all other weapons to curtail that information because they are against the free conversation, free exchange of ideas, progressive thinking.
So, do you watch any 9 p.m. debate, or have you completely switched off from that now?
I usually mute that televisions and we see what they are doing.
Right.
So just muted televisions.
There's also been a criticism of the media that they have been very unkind to Mr. Rahul Gandhi in the last 10 years. Do you believe that's true?
100% is true. Therefore, only parallel media, when they report, when Mr. Gandhi, his ideas are not acceptable also, parallel media criticizes it. That is the way to do it. We don't want them to be cheerleaders of Mr. Gandhi. But they can't be just cheerleaders of Mr. Modi only. And whatever agenda they supply, Hiran Joshi supplies, that is the agenda for them now. Yesterday, if you can remember this, 2 days before, there was a leaked videos from the media on the opposition demonstration in the parliament. And Mr. Modi was not allowing the Manipur MP to speak for 2 minutes. We were asking for 2 minutes for the Manipur MP. That was not allowed. But all the Hiran Joshi gang and others, they were spreading these videos everywhere. How that videos came? Is it not a privilege issue? This is when two MPs, Rajini Patil and the Punjab MP, the Punjab Chief Minister now, when he was MP, Mr. Maan was suspended for 3 weeks for posting a video of the house. So these are all privileges issue. We need to understand that this is being done in organized way. This is being done from the PMO. It is being done in a very organized way. This is very disturbing, and I hope that the Lok Sabha Secretariat and the Honorable Speaker takes some action on this thing also.
Mr. Gandhi has spoken several times about the importance of freedom of speech and why a media should be free and being able to ask questions. He's regularly held press conferences. But there have been a couple of criticisms also, because I think there have been at least 2 to 3 occasions in the last 1 year during a press conference, Mr. Gandhi has sort of snapped at a reporter asking a question. And the other thing is that during elections, I think very few interviews were given, that to digital outlets, not mainstream media, not even alternate media such as ours. Do you think that is something that Mr. Gandhi will be changing over the coming months?
No, Mr. Gandhi has been the victim of the mainstream media's one-sided reporting, one-sided criticism. And Mr. Gandhi has been a person who has been meeting the media regularly in the Congress office for press meets and others. He has seen that thing that there has been a clear-cut agenda from the top to the reporter to derail the press conferences. If he meets for Agniveer, they will ask for the presidentship position. They will ask for some other, whether Rahul Gandhi will fight from Wayanad or Raebareli or Amethi. Because this is a distraction model by the mainstream media to distract the PC itself. Therefore, Mr. Gandhi has been telling this to those kind of reporters who work in mainstream media, that when we are speaking about it, when we are going to raise that issue, they will say that what will happen in parliament, it will not be heard, then what you will do? These kind of questions a journalist will never ask. But now that has become past because it has been come from the top. It's been given to them top to deliver. There are journalists who have quit the jobs. We know many people, you know that you are from Mumbai, and there is Mishra, I suppose when Mishra was there in NDTV, who resigned when Mr. Gandhi's press conference has to be disturbed when this Sanjay editor called him and told him that you are disturbed in this, with this question. It's been a planned thing from Adani and Ambani. Therefore, we want free media. We want questions to be asked. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has shown that thing, that without having a single interview to mainstream media, which Mr. Modi gave 70 cheerleaders interviews in this election time, which can we can win also elections. Therefore, he has been very kind towards the parallel media,
right,
and particularly the regional media. Those people who are like a startup who are started, and others who are truly learning, who are truly serving this country by reporting truth about anybody. It may be the Congress government, it may be any other governments. That is called journalism. This is not only cheerleader work is not a journalism. It can be cheerleaders. Rahul Gandhi ji is no need for him to waste time on the cheerleaders. But after being the LOP, he has created a different structure now. He has told things that journalists and others, he wants to meet them. But without any agenda, if they are open, on conversation as the leader of opposition, because he is representing 240 MPs now, for he wants to be with the,
so he's giving the media
another chance that let us change, let us forget the past and move on and report about people's issues.
Yes. And Mr. Tagore, you had said before elections that in the India bloc will win 300 seats. You are very confident. India bloc won 234 seats. Where do you think that the alliance fell short?
Few states we were not able to. Congress also, we were expecting another 20 seats from other states, from few states, 2-3, like this we were missed it. Like for, and the momentum, Mr. Rahul Gandhi was one of those leaders who always believed after his yatra, Bharat Jodo Yatra, Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra set the narrative for the elections. Right. And the way he went to the people about speaking about agenda also, after the yatras, speak about 5 nyayas and about the issues clearly to the people, which came from the people itself, set that tone for us in a bigger way. And he was the great believer that he believed that BJP will be below 200. And many leaders were not believing. Therefore, that's the problem. If everybody would have believed what Mr. Gandhi was saying about is that BJP will be below 200, many seats we know that there are close margins we lost and others, we would have crossed the bridge. And the people were against Modi, and because Modi is running out of ideas, and India is not, now India's youth problem is huge, and the way the ideas, their arrogance has been shown in every decision they are trying to make it. For them, Vikas means Adani's Vikas. For them, Vikas means Ambani's Vikas. For them, it is Vikas means, doesn't mean the youth of India, doesn't mean that the farmers of India, not the women of India. Therefore, this idea of India, which we are speaking and trying to build, will have lot of space, and we will be able to build that narrative, and we will be able to get more support every day. Day before yesterday, Parliament was over. Mr. Gandhi is today with the workers who are working in the construction area. Therefore, Mr. Rahul Gandhi will reach out to those voices which are not at all having any voices itself. Therefore, Mr. Rahul Gandhi has opened that structures. He will continue to be the voice of common people.
I want to bring up the NEET controversy, which has been a major issue, not just in the country, but also in the parliament. You have also, you'd moved an adjournment issue on this particular topic. And in Tamil Nadu, NEET has always been a very big topic of concern. Do you think the uproar that we are seeing now in the country, there's going to be any action?
NEET in Tamil Nadu is completely a different story. Because Tamil Nadu, NEET except BJP, all other parties oppose NEET. We want no NEET to Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
For Congress manifesto also spoke about that idea. Congress manifesto told that states will decide whether the state needs NEET or not. For Tamil Nadu is against NEET on a policy-wise format. In all India level, what Congress party is asking is that the way NEET has been conducted, the examination paper leaks and others, is damaging the youth of India. This is a very serious thing, and 7 years, 70 times the paper leakages in national competitive exams has happened now. This is very serious thing, and they have demolished the structures itself. They told that they are building an NTA structure, which has got compromised, and we are seeing 70 leakages in the national level exams. Leave about the Uttar Pradesh and other state level leakages and others. This is so dangerous for those youngsters that who work hard to prepare for examinations, and somewhere somebody pays, who have money, their access, they can reach to that position. Reach through the NEET, the paper leakages and others. One thing has become very clear, that NEET access has become for only rich. Through NEET, only rich can reach to medical examinations, who can become medical doctors, which is dangerous for the future also. If you pay money and if you become a doctor, you are going to play with millions of lives also. So this is a dangerous thing. We at India's the medical structures as medical society needs to wake up, and we all need to raise it, and we need to be very strong against it. BJP will not accept their mistake. BJP will not, and Mr. Modi will never accept his mistakes, his blunders. And till of now, shamelessly, Dharmendra Pradhan stands up in parliament. We should have, if anybody self-respecting minister would have put down his paper by this time, it would have been a UPA or a NDA or anybody else would have put down the papers. 4 years this man is the minister for that department. This much of things are happening, and he is not ready to resign, take the accountability on him, and quit and ask for a neutral probe. He is defending one institution or other, trying to whitewash it. These are all shows their arrogance, their model that nothing has happened. For them, anything, whatever media reports or any kind of things opposition raises, they want to just whitewash it and put parda on it. Nothing has happened.
So they've not been receptive of Congress's concerns about NEET at all?
That only in the parliament discussion also, Mr. Modi should have spoken about NEET in a better way, and he should have articulated the ideas where it has come from the opposition, how to correct it, all these kind of things. Instead, what he spoke, he was attacking a different story. Because his mindset is fixed. They will never accept their mistakes. They will never accept their blunders. But that is costing India. It may be demonetization, it may be wrong GST, it may be the NEET competitive exams. It's all destroying one sector or other. Only one they were able to bow before the world was the farmers. Farmers of North India, particularly Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, made them to bend their laws and withdraw that thing. All other things, they are not accepted their mistakes, except farmers. Therefore, for that, the cost of farmers was around 750 farmers has to die become martyrs in the cold and heat and winters in Delhi. After that only, they withdrawn that thing. Not because they accepted that 700 people's sacrifices, because their elections for Uttar Pradesh was coming. For them, elections matters. If election in Western Uttar Pradesh, if they are going to lose election, they will do anything. For till NEET will be like this, till Maharashtra and Haryana, if they feel they are going to be defeated by people, Agniveer will be withdrawn if they feel that this is going to be defeated by people. Till their election defeat is there, they won't change.
In Tamil Nadu, BJP has not won any seat this time like they were sure they would, but the vote share has increased and is now 11%. This is up from 3.58%, which was in 2019. Why do you think this happened? What worked for the BJP, and do you think this paves the way for them to win a seat next time?
This is a Delhi media story for them. It is because it is a very simple thing. In 2014, BJP NDA had an alliance with the PMK and the DMDK and with MDMK in that time. They scored 18% votes. It is the parties which they are having alliances are getting that votes. It is the alliance partners vote. But Annamalai is a bigger salesman than Mr. Modi. For he will sell this product, which is in 2014 product only. He will bottle it in the way that some miracle has happened, some unbelievable thing has happened in this thing. Nothing has moved it. It is only the same vote percentage whichever constituency they were taking in 2018. 14, if you go to the data of 2014 in each constituency, the same votes they had got it in 2024 also. Because PMK is in alliance, Dinagaran's party is there, OPS party is there, with other Krishna Swamiji's party is there, John Pandian's party is there, all other that parties which brings that vote to the caste parties which brings that vote to them. For BJP will sell this masala here also, and Annamalai is a big salesman on that thing.
He was a very big talking point in Delhi media as well. Everyone was under the impression that he would make a mark this time, but he did not.
Therefore, whomever is speaking, just go back to the 2014 data and see constituency-wise what they got it. They had reduced that vote in this election also. 2019, 24 elections, many, for example, in my constituency, NDA scored 2,90,000 votes in 2014. Now they had got 1,50,000 votes. Therefore, their vote has gone down.
Because AIADMK is also.
No, there is no ND. In that time, ADMK, 2014.
Right.
There is no, ADMK was fighting separately.
Right.
Congress was fighting separately. DMK was fighting separately. All other parties got NDA into it. That got only 18%. Therefore, that is 2018 and 2014 and 2024. Right. If you match it, you will see the truth. Nothing has changed it. Because these are all the parties which they are having alliances as this kind of votes. That vote is added to them. And they will try to sell it that Modi, Masala and Annamalai is a big salesman. Therefore, they will continue to do this kind of things.
This time in your constituency, you also won from a small margin. Yeah. Why do you think that was the case?
Yeah, this election was a very close election in my 4 elections. And that became because the caste worked these things. And in elections, we all know that caste is a bigger factor, and somebody works on the caste metrics only, this will happen, and the opponent candidates worked on a caste vote only. Therefore, we are able to see that close. And we are working on, this election will not be the same election again, and we are working on to reach out to the other sections also. We hope that we improve our position in the next days to come.
And the huge tragedy death count in Tamil Nadu has risen to 65. BJP has accused Congress of being silent on the issue. How would you react to that?
Congress is not silent. Congress party is the first party which reacted and told that there should be a strong action against the police and the administration. This is unacceptable for a state which we call it as progressive, which have a government-controlled liquor policy, and which should have avoided these kind of things. We should have, one block of it has done that mistake, and police and other administration has failed in that thing. For sudden action is needed. For Chief Minister took that seriously, and he suspended the SP. He transferred the district collector, suspended whole police structure in that taluka, and all other actions has been initiated. For the government is taking, DMK government is taking actions against it. We don't want to do politics like the BJP on these things. We want that thing, that the dead body politics of BJP is unacceptable to us. It's a assault on our Tamil Nadu's progress story itself. We should correct it, and Tamil Nadu government has brought a new legislation for this illicit liquor also. They have brought a policy also. Their law is a strong punishment will be given to those people who are involved in this kind of illicit liquor trade and others. It's a welcome stage, and we hope that this will never happen in Tamil Nadu again.
A criticism of the Congress that has emerged after the elections more so is that Congress has not been speaking out quickly on issues of communal unrest, specifically crimes against Muslims. Do you agree with the criticism and believe there is scope to change this?
No, Congress is the only party which speaks for it. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi went on a yatra for that purpose only. This Bharat Jodo Yatra is against hate.
Right, but I think in the last 1 month, there have been 7 to 8 such instances across India where Muslims have been lynched or isolated in different sections. So people are expecting, because I think of the Bharat Jodo Yatra also, for Congress to act on this quickly, to speak in support of the victims and against the accused more quickly.
We need to understand that it's a BJP's mainstream media and the what we call it as Godi media will try to divert that issue into a completely different issue, because the media is completely one-sided, and they want these kind of issues to be discussed by Congress. They want Congress to take one stand. This is right, that is wrong. The day we do that thing, they will bring religion to it and say things that has happened, this has happened, India, Pakistan, this Muslim, that Christian. This is the trap the mainstream media is waiting for it. We are very clear. We wanted to address this from the root level itself. Therefore, only Mr. Gandhi, who walked 4,000 kilometers, on only one thing, that I had come here, nafrat ka mazar mein, mohabbat ka dukaan. That symbolizes everything, and he made that into a simple thing to the people of India across Kanyakumari to Kashmir.
Right.
And the way he spread that love and affection was the only way out. Not pointing fingers at one another is not going to solve it. Instead, we need to ease it and fix that in the root level itself, because this is a venom RSS has planted for 100 years. Particularly in the northern and central part of India, this venom has been planted by RSS for years together. They had put now they got the machinery in the government and others, education systems, all other media outlets. If you take the anchors in every primetime news, they spill venom. They speak Hindu, Muslim every 5 days. Every 5 shows they speak about that thing. Their livelihood is there on this venom being spread. So we have to be very careful, and parallel media and medias like your medias has to report these kind of stories of love and affection and get these people, get closer to people, because the venom is being planted long ago. So we have to be very careful to make India closer, to be more healing in nature, heal the pain of those people who are been disturbed, who had been sidelined, who had been laughed at for their dress, for their bear, for their whatever style they have it.
Yeah. And Mr. Tagore, you've been a very articulate speaker and you've constantly raised issues. In fact, in your last 5 years in Parliament, your attendance was 88%, which was above the national average of 79%. You've participated in 96 debates when the national average is just around 46. And your questions, you've asked 317 questions when the national average is just 210. So are you going to defeat your own record this time?
These numbers speaks for our satisfaction, but the issues which we take up is more important for me, I think, because we are going to be in a more authoritarian role. There was a time when I entered into Parliament. It was Parliament average in a session of a year was functioning for 100 days in 15th Lok Sabha. Now we have come to 58 days. Parliament is reduced being a cheerleaders club now. They want the Parliament to just thump the test. The emperor-like person, Paramatma sent Prime Minister comes for only twice. He spoke for the President's address, then he will not speak for the whole next session, and next session he will not speak. Only one session he speaks, in the President address only. We have a Prime Minister who doesn't attend the Parliament, who doesn't come to the Parliament, answer questions. Prime Minister's question hour is on Tuesdays, he won't come to the Parliament. This is the way he is running it, because this is a Gujarat model he has implanted into the Parliament structure. It is very dangerous for us to make this voice that Parliament needs more functioning days, more debates, more articulation is important thing. Every time they are reducing the functioning of Parliament days itself. This is a very important story. I think that Parliament, they blame that Parliament not functioning because of opposition parties. They want the Prime Minister's reply. What we were asking, the opposition parties were asking the Manipur MP, after Manipur MP, to speak for only 1 minute. 1 minute they were not ready to give it, and they made us to shout for 2.5 hours, and this man spoke for 2.5 hours. Then he offered water for us to drink. This kind of theatrics, how many days we are going to see? Because for him, allowing a Manipur MP voice for 1 minute is a problem for him. That arrogance that I will not allow a Manipur MP to speak before me is the problem for us. So we will continue to raise our voice. We want the parliament to function, then only we can beat our records, satisfy ourselves that we have asked more questions and others will happen. But the greater danger for India is that parliament functioning is reducing, parliament debates are reducing, committee meetings are weakened, parliamentary standard of information is being restricted, parliament access of the journalist is being restricted. It is every day the fear is that we are reducing ourselves to a more North Korean model of democracy where everything is set by the top man.
You've been in politics for over 3 decades, and I just want to end by asking you what made you decide that you want to dedicate your life to this kind of service?
It is that we need to help people. My father is a school teacher, and he always says that we have to help people. He is a social worker also, a school teacher and a social worker. He usually helps every day morning. We see in my house around 7 o'clock, physically challenged people, widows, orphan children coming for admissions and others. I had grown up seeing him to serve people. But this is being the opportunity for me, which was, I never thought that I will become an MP in my life, but Mr. Rahul Gandhi in 2009 gave that opportunity, and we always worked for, in my 34 years when I was given this opportunity to be the member of parliament. It was all exciting, but things were different when I lost in 2014, and then in 2019 I again won, 24 again I won. It was a tough constituency. My constituency, Congress has not won for around 8-9 terms, more than 30 years we have not won. After 77 we have never won that seat, and I won in 2009. Therefore that seat is a very tough seat for Congress. Therefore I may be able to work with people and be the voice of the Sivagasi fireworks industry, the workers, NRGS women, sisters who works there. Those voiceless people matters for me, and I feel that their voices should be heard in the power structures in Delhi. That is the satisfaction we have it all.
And what is the frustrating aspect?
When we are not allowed to speak, and when we are not allowed, our mic is switched off, when we are speaking about people's pain, when we wanted to raise the people's pain, we are not allowed. When we are only allowed to cheer the Prime Minister, we only praise him. Praise the Lord story is the problem here, and the problem is that we have to ask the Prime Minister the questions, the ministers the questions for our people's pain. But Parliament is becoming a place where only praise is the only we can be the cheerleader there. You can't be the person who can ask questions to them. That's the main painful part of it.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you
Tagore,
so
for
much.
speaking to us.
Thanks to the viewers of Newslaundry, and we all appreciate the hard work of Newslaundry's friend and friends who are working like the cameraman and others. With limited resources, they are able to pull it greater truth into it. Thank you so much.
Journalism at Newslaundry is powered by the public, because when the public pays, the public is served. Visit newslaundry.com/subscription and pick a payment plan of your choice. Pay to keep news free and independent. Your future, and indeed the future of democracy, depends on it.